The top news headlines. Chief Minister N. Biren appeals to farmers to gradually shift towards organic farming from chemical fertilizers. Martyrs Day observed at Manipur Martyrs Complex at Thangmeiban, Chairauching. Failure to conduct elections of Imphal Municipal Corporation 26 urban local body violations of voting rights, says senior MPCC spokesperson N. Bhupender. And Governor, Chief Minister, State Legislatures extend Chairauba greeting to people of Manipur. A very good evening. You're watching the Mami TV English News in Focus with me, CHENGLEINGANBI KHAIDEM. The news in detail. Chief Minister N. Biren appealed to farmers of the state for a gradual shift towards organic farming from chemical fertilizers for a healthier society. He promised to bring up the matter of farmers facing the problems of lack of market to sell their products in the cabinet after deliberating the concerned ministry. He was addressing farmers of the state and officials of Agriculture Department during the Farmers Meet Come Interaction program at City Convention Center today, organized by the Directorate of Agriculture, Government of Manipur. The state government will discuss with the central government to subsidize the rice produced in the state as the rice substitutions under National Food Security Act. This was to decrease the problem faced by the farmers for lack of market, he added, hinting that there was a lack of transparency, coordinations and communications among the government departments. Biren stressed that government departments are all correlated and required coordinations among them. He said that a joint effort of the agriculture, forest, minor irrigation, SCADA, horticulture, veterinary departments is necessary to develop agriculture in the state and to look into the grievances highlighted by the farmers. He assured to relieve the farmers from shortages of fertilizers in the state, stating that there have been reports for using the fertilizers in poppy plantations and of being exported to Myanmar. The Chief Minister said that to reduce such inconveniences, department's officials will verify the field. Biren further promised to avail fertilizers to hardworking farmers and appeal to them to produce organic products.
Farmers I did a little bit of the high sea hybrid to be type to go. Agriculture farmers in the Selama Hokopio, although any Zagami, Manimala Tamo, fertilizer from the buggy, 4 low, Adugi, not the buggy, Karakarana, they have a give 4 low, Adugi marketing, they have a give 4 low. I don't know, I am not the Madugi, dedicated official team of Mami Managatam. Then only. I farmers in the gaps in the smoothly sell company. I don't know. I walk on present in the Maduma, Susho in Atom of the Hangari, Uzimayama Hanging about, Ability Mayama. Step Nana Hal, who people do, a voice lady and from Chinga Toll, I will be a father fire. So I am going transparency. Sugumba, Mayam Prajag, education, Sana Tanaba, any corruption with the Angular. Otherwise, corruption with the Angular. And the Kitan Buxel Senator, Anu State, Anu Miro, Pungla, Miro, Haraki, Hoga, Manipur, 77. I quite walk with Chapisam the lake. Among the Miro and Amala and Molo, Kunda Buduna Pisam the river. But I couldn't get to the latter of the and the clear mind said, ability to be was what one Katuka to one baby. I get away from here. I qualified when I pass away.
During the meeting come interaction program, farmers from across the state highlighted their grievances on various issues including lack of proper irrigation facilities, machineries, fertilizers, provision of seeds by the officials in time, provisions of quality seeds, organic fertilizer, lack of awareness on crop insurance, among others. Agriculture Minister Thongam Bishwajit, Commissioner Agriculture M. Joy Singh, Director of Agriculture Manipur N. Gozendra, and experts attended the program. Martyrs Day was observed at Manipur Martyrs Complex at Cherau Chingat, Thangmaiband and commemorating the killing of 9 PLA cadres by security forces on April 13, 1982 at Kodompokpi. The observance was organized by 13 April Observation Committee. People from different walks of life attended the observance and paid floral tribute to the martyrs since early morning today. Representatives of different communities of the state, leaders of CSO, students and people of various age group paid their respect to the martyrs. Family members of one of the victims, Mega State, the committee took the permission from Manipur High Court for the Martyrs Day observance held every year. He expressed gratitude to the people who attended the observance.
Petitioner mapangi manungdagi aina mahut mayamgi mahut chillaga aina mayamda appeal tawjari sahi khudingi Kodompokpida hekat lekat tamdana sahi khudingi lae ado handaksu adum tamdana mayamna seise jat bijat khaidana amata oina athaubasingi mafamda hekat lekat tambiba lakpiriba punamapu ima iben jat bijat khaidana loina amata oina yumthong khudingdagi amamam laktana leikat piribase ima iben mayamgi mafamda petitioner side tagi thagatpa phongdoksari loinana handakti nahangoi sahi khudingi asukuina akoi 13 April की हेकर लेकर तमक पसीदा हाइडी पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट ना होम डिपार्टमेंट ना अथिंग बमेम थमदना लाइन में आम लेफंदना हरासमेंट में आम पीबदो हंदकती मणिपुर हाई कोर्ट ना या बिबिदुना की खंगलाइतना मयाम जे इंगना चिकना मिंगदंग इरगा तौबीबा अखोगी एसपी पुलिस की डिपार्टमेंट सु अखोई पिटिशनर साइड तगी थगतचरी अदुगा लोइना लोइना ना मेडिकल टीम मखादा लैरी अदेगी सिंघोंगी इमा इबेन सिंह इबुंग इपा मयामना तौबीदना ngasi हेकर लेकर तंबसीदा सरुक याबिरिबा पुनमकपो पिटिशनर माइकैदगी नोंजरी लोइनना अखोई इम्फाल वेस्ट की रेड क्रॉस की कांगबुना सैसा मयाम अवाबा मयामदा ओआरएस पिथक्तना मयाम की दमकता अखोई मयाम लैरियना मयामना सपोर्ट तौबिरकपसे सिगी दमकता पिटिशनर साइड तगी अखोइना थागतचरी लोइनना सैसा मीडिया की कांगबु मयाम हाइदी जात बिजात खाइदना लाकपिरिबा ngasisu वेदर सिगा यामना हाइदी ईश्वर की मफमदा अखोइना कचरिबा सिंजरिबा तौजरिबा पुनमकसे ईश्वरना उबिदना मयाम से अवाबा पिबिदना अमता ओइना सैसा हेकत लेकत तमीबसे पिटिशनर साइड तगी थागतचरी.
Security measures were taken up by Manipur police to check unwanted incidents during the observance. A team of Indian Red Cross Society in Imphal West distributed ORS and water to the people who attended the observance. Senior spokesperson of Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee, Advocate N. Bhupendra, has asserted that the failure of the government to conduct elections of Imphal Municipal Corporation and 26 urban local body, even after completions of the term, is violations of voting rights of the people. Addressing media persons at the Congress Bhavan on BT Road today, Advocate N. Bhupendra said the state assembly election was conducted with normal life creeping back in the state as the COVID-19 situations improve and a new government has been formed. However, the delay in the conduct of elections of IMC even after 1 year shows government's negligence towards elections of local bodies. Stating that a public interest litigations PIL was filed with the High Court of Manipur in connections with same, and Bhupendra demanded the government of Manipur and the state elections commissions to clarify the public on the matter. He further maintained that the government must not violate the people's right.
COVID haidena khoi general election book tawraga sarkar temgrab aru kamdawna somda Imphal municipal corporation amasung urban local bodies sing election sina karai digi COVID se kamdawna mung la ebano masi matang sina admaram aduna khoi COVID laitre hojik manipur da aduna maram oira harga sahi manga ju helaba masigi election si tawkom thoi anu tawoktabadegi hoina muk tawjabani masigi matang da order tari basi manipur sarkar hadi state of manipur amasung state election commission ki maikei degi makoina reply tawnana basu haigre makoina next hearing May 16 aduna akoina masi tawreibasi manipur sarkar na state election commission na election je pangthoruk tabdagi tawjarakpani maramdari khoi gi samvidhan da ase khoi gi hak ni.
Taking part in the press meet, spokesperson of Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee Advocate Rabi Khan expressed strong condemnations over the arrest of spokesperson of MPCC and chairman of State Legal Department Sanojam Syamcharan at the midnight like a criminal for expressing his viewpoints on a TV discussion. It will be prudent if the government does not resort to such severe action in future, Rabi Khan added.
Mark Singarang dagi police custody da thenglaba ahing pung baro makai amada pilama senior citizen orba amabu nyar mipun ki case chena bagi naktaba TV discussion da wa krangang wi haibidam da BJP ki worker amana complaint tawraga ahing da lalhauba amna underground activist wanted oibada haga da wa mo gi type da ahing da phaba ipse basi kari la kadage.
Governor of Manipur Laganisha conveyed greetings to the people of Manipur on the happy and auspicious occasion of Chairauba 2022. In his greeting message, he said for the Hindu Meiteis, Chairauba symbolizes the coming of a new year and is a festival celebrated by every household with great enthusiasm and gaiety. This festival represents the change of gods where the old give way to the new, and with the arrival of spring which makes the landscape green, it rekindles hopes for a better life, he said. On this propitious day, he appealed to the people to rededicate to strive towards the goal for bringing peace, prosperity and progress in every household of the state. He hoped that the new year dispels the dark and brings in light to the state for a better future. Chief Minister N. Biren has greeted the people of Manipur on the auspicious occasion of Chairauba. In his message, he said the festival marks the onset of a new year and expresses values of prosperity, which celebrates and strengthens the bond of love and brotherhood in the family. He appealed to the people to work hard together with renewed vigor and dedications to take the state towards greater heights of development. He requested the people to live together, to respect one another and preserve the rich culture and traditions inherited from the ancestor. He hoped the festival bring peace, progress, prosperity and good health for the people of Manipur. Minister of Mahut and Education, Yamnam Khemchan, also conveyed Chairauba greetings to the people of Manipur. In his message, Khemchan wished peace, prosperity and development to every household of Manipur and all Manipuris residing outside the state. He wished good health and love to all, particularly to Manipuris around the world. A joint team of Imphal East Narcotic and volunteers of Yada yesterday apprehended 7 drug users and handed them over to different rehabilitation centers. According to police reports, the team under the supervision of Superintendent of Police of Imphal East and Pradeep Kumar conducted a drive at Kiamgai Muslim area as part of government's war on drugs yesterday. The 7 drug users were handed over to drug rehabilitation centers, namely Project Director Hengang Mayai Laikai, Realized Rehabilitation Center Mongjam Chingjin, Yening De-Addictions and Rehabilitation Center Top Awang Laikai, Yaipakol De-Addictions Cum Rehabilitation Center Langthabal Kunja and Ray of Hope Korai Thangjam Laikai. Women in Governance Thobal chapter has urged the authority concerned not to delay in filing charge sheet of crime against women cases. Addressing media persons at a press meet held at the office of Wing Thobal yesterday, promoter of Wing Thobal Soro Khaibam Thoibi said there have been many cases of crime against women, including murder and sexual assault. However, culprits often go unpunished. She further said Wing strongly condemns such violence against women and has been urging the authority concerned to ensure swift delivery of justice in such cases. 2 women of Thobal district, namely Lanthoibi Chanu and Wahengbam Jessica of Thobal district, became the victim of crime against women. When Wing Thobal investigated the case of Lanthoibi, it was found out that the police have not filed the charge sheet till date, and the victim's family also informed that filing of the charge sheet may take around 3 months. In another case, Wahengbam Ningol Pukril wife of P. Bhumeswar Elias Nauba of Samaran Mamang Lekai was found hanging in the kitchen of her husband's house on April 3, Thoibi said. Expressing strong condemnation, she demanded the police to find out the truth, the date at the earliest.
Postmortem report Otu puthopira aga khoi lebak miyam da masi phasala khangal laga nupi da sathaba crime masi khoi samaj gi achoba khoi mangjaba mani aduga ta sengna nupi oi bi khoina punsi le ali ta sing isa gi da matane adubu ꯅꯨꯡꯁꯤꯈ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯏꯆꯥꯗꯨ ꯍꯨꯟꯗꯣꯛꯑꯝꯃꯒ ꯃꯊꯟꯇ ꯍꯤꯡ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯁꯤꯔꯤꯁꯤ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯀꯔꯝꯕ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯔꯛꯐꯝ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯁꯣꯏꯗꯅ ꯂꯩꯒꯅꯤ ꯈꯜꯂꯦ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯍꯧꯔꯛꯐꯝꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯆꯨꯝꯅ ꯊꯤꯗꯣꯛꯄꯤꯔꯒ ꯑꯆꯨꯝꯕ ꯋꯥꯌꯦꯜ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯏꯟꯚꯦꯁꯇꯤꯒꯦꯁꯟ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯋꯤꯡ ꯊꯧꯕꯥꯜꯗꯒꯤ
Chief Advisor of NPP Moirang Block Y Modu has termed it unfortunate that amidst MLA of Moirang Assembly constituency taking various developmental works for the constituency, an ex-candidate of the same constituency who lost the election has been spreading false propaganda. Speaking to media persons at the press meet held at the MLA's office at Moirang Philem Laikai, Y Modu said MLA Thongam Santi started initiating developmental works in the constituencies not long after he won the elections. However, a rival candidate of the constituencies in the 12th Manipur State Assembly elections has filed a case against the MLA on charge that Thongam Santi did not mention about criminal records while filing the elections nomination case. He further clarified that MLA Santi had submitted required document after an application was sent to Revenue Department to verify the agricultural claim and plot belonging to wife of MLA Santi and his dependents. Modu further condemned the rival candidate for spreading false propaganda against the MLA.
Hojik propaganda tawgudaba propaganda taaduna legedaba matum sunnatte aga prajagi daba pangthok ke haina khanjaba vision document 2037 su koi longa taaduna leri ngamliba makai thaba othok ke haina khanjari masida praja kumbana makai gudi makai ke songu pine di haina press sector ki pathanga ikoina appeal tujai.
Social Educational Voluntary Association Seva Naransena praised the state government for restoring the Loktak Cliff irrigations. The association also praised to repair the Moirang High Canal. Addressing the media during the inspection of Moirang High Canal, Secretary of Seva Naransena and Jadumani Maitei said even though restorations of LLI is laudable, many fields at Ningthaukong near the High Canal are still facing problems as the canal was dug up. As a result, farmers are facing problems owing to blocking of paths leading to the fields and blocking the streams running down the hills. As such, the association appealed to the government to repair siphon, culvert and surrounding roads while restoring the High Canal.
Bypass to na iniaw tawagana atu matamda mathakta leiba mi sing si dawi sing sathok sin jana ba sembi ba aduga makhada leiba lumi paja sing si jo mathakti sing je puthaba yanna bidang ta atu matamda sembi natragadi masi hana gom adum thambi kho sembi ro doragadi hana thambi budun adun phai adun atu matamda sakana hairi posing sing che lumi paja khudong thiba nangada ba ka sing chen nanganda bidang ta atu matamda hona biu haidana sarkagi magaida I Secretary request of
Habitat for Humanity India handed over medical equipment to Janims today. The program was organized on the theme Road to Recovery as part of Habitat India's response to the deadly second wave of COVID-19 pandemic. Lavish Levionov Habitat for Humanity handed over the medical equipment worth around 32 lakh rupees to Janims authority. The equipment includes oxygen concentrator, ventilator trolley, neonatal ventilator, pediatrics ventilator, ICU para monitor, nebulizer machines, digital BP apparatus and pulse oximeter. The equipment was handed over to Director of Janims Professor L. Debent in presence of Medical Superintendent of Janims Professor K.H. Lokeshwar, MO of IC Store Dr. K. Surajit, Deputy MS Dr. L. Nganba and Associate Professor for Medicines Dr. Rongthai Pui. Here we have a short commercial break. Please stay tuned for more update.
LX Sublimation. Pauna Bazaar Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex, first floor. Mafam asida mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame, sublimation ki pot khuding mug wholesale da pangbigani. Items available are mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame. All the mentioned items will be available at wholesale rate in LX Sublimation.
Welcome back again after the break. India recorded a total of 1,088 new COVID-19 cases with 26 deaths in last 24 hours. With this, the total of COVID-19 cases rose to over 4.30 crore, while the active cases dipped to 10,870 according to the data updated by Union Health Ministry. The number of deaths climbed to 5.21 lakh with 26 fresh fatalities. The active cases comprise 0.03% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate remained at 98.76%. The daily positivity rate was also recorded as 0.25% and the weekly positivity rate at 0.24% according to the ministry. Meanwhile, the number of people who have recuperated from the disease surged to 4.25 crore. On the other hand, the cumulative doses administered in the country under the nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive has exceeded 186.07 crore across the country. Tamil Nadu BJP Chief K. Annamalai on Tuesday said that the state BJP unit will not allow Hindu impositions. Annamalai, while addressing a press conference, said Tamil Nadu BJP won't allow Hindu impositions in the state, adding that party will be proud if Tamil will be a leading language in their country. He alleged that Congress tried to impose the Hindu language, but it was opposed back then as well. The BJP leader's statement came after Union Home Minister Amit Shah emphasized the need to accept Hindi as an alternative to English and not to local languages. Staging a massive protest outside the residence of Home Minister Amit Shah, workers of the Indian Youth Congress demanded the sacking of Karnataka Minister K.S. Ishwarappa, who has been booked in the suicide case of contractor Santosh Patel. Santosh Patel, while committing suicide, has clearly said in his last word that BJP Minister K.S. Ishwarappa's 40% commissions demanded made him take such an extreme state. The Youth Congress alleged demanding that the minister is say Karnataka Minister K.S. Ishwarappa and his aides Basavaras and Ramesh have been booked in the suicide case of contractor Santosh Patel. However, Ishwarappa said he had never seen or met Santosh Patel, the contractor who killed himself after accusing the minister of indulging in corruption. US President Joe Biden has said Russia's war in Ukraine amounted to genocide, accusing President Vladimir Putin of trying to wipe out the idea of even being an Ukrainian. At an earlier event in Mantlo, Iowa, addressing spiking energy prices resulting from the war, Biden had implied that he thought Putin was carrying out genocide against Ukraine, but offered no details. Neither he nor his administrations announced new consequences for Russia or assistance to Ukraine following Biden's public assessment. Biden's comment drew praise from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who had encouraged Western leaders to use the term to describe Russia's invasions of his country. A United Nations treaty to which the US is a party defines genocide as actions taken with the intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnic, racial or religious group. Now let's recap the headlines once again. Chief Minister Ann Bryant appeals to farmers to gradually shift towards organic farming from chemical fertilizers. Martyrs Day observed at Manipur Martyrs Complex at Thangmeiban Chairauching. Failure to conduct elections of Imphal Municipal Corporation's 26 urban local body violating of voting rights, says senior MPCC spokesperson and Bhupender. And Governor, Chief Minister, State Legislatures extend Chairauba greetings to people of Manipur. That's the end for today's News English Bulletin. Keep watching Mami TV News for more update.